Catching Exceptions, and today I'm going to introduce you to a pugnacious personality, Mark Servais. So thank you for being here with me today.
Hey, it's great to be here, man.
The way this works, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and we're going to get to know each other.
Perfect.
So first question, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
So I'm from the unilateral city of Green Bay, Wisconsin, right? So home of the Packers, home of Mystery Science 3000 Theater, or the brainchild behind that. Tony Shalhoub from Wings. You know, yeah, a lot of good stuff going on in Green Bay.
So I should introduce you as a cheesehead.
Not really, no.
Okay, so the second question. What was it that got you started in programming?
So I've always been fascinated with shiny things, right? Light, everything else. So really it kind of started out in video games, an Atari 2600, and then it moved into the Apple IIe. So I was actually an Apple guy before I became a Windows guy who's now turned back sort of into an Apple guy. So so I did Apple IIe stuff. I wrote little basic programs, right? I'd freak out the neighbors on some kind of war game stuff, and I used to write these little Zork type of games, right? And so that's really what that got me started, and I just never stopped. I never looked back and just kept going.
The only winning move is not to play.
Exactly.
All right, so the third question. Where do you work now? What are you doing?
So I'm the Director of Software Research and Development at XCentium. Lots of words in there, but what that really is I build products for Sitecore and other software. I kind of manage the idea harvesting aspect of things. We build products from those ideas, so I pay attention to our internal employees, the community, really all sorts of different channels that I pull ideas in, and we basically decide what we're going to build and how we're going to build it. So I'm responsible for the roadmaps and everything else that goes along with productization.
All right. Fourth question.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that still keeps you interested in software?
How can you get bored doing this? You know, I mean, seriously, when does it ever become stale, right? When do you have that opportunity to where it's like, okay, well, I'm doing the same thing for 30 years. That is no programmer at all, right? So I've always been a problem solver, like to solve puzzles. I've always been a game player at different levels. So it's really about that accomplishment of winning, that being able to solve a problem. And software and business problems and people problems and all sorts of different things, it just lends itself to continually improving and going and solving problems and getting better at solving those problems. So it's a constant motivator, and you know, it definitely helps across the board of career, family, everything else. It's a really good field to be able to do and create.
All right. That's perfect. So the fifth point is obviously not a question. This is your opportunity to give your exception message.
So I'll give you an exception with an inner exception. Huh? So don't necessarily do what you love. Do the things you do for love. And that took me a long time to figure that out. Inner exception is passion is fine, but make sure your passion matches up with exactly what you want to be doing and what you're doing to get that passion. How's that?
I like that.
Pretty profound, isn't it? Yeah, once in a while I get one.
All right, Mark. Well, thank you.
Hey, anytime.
So that was Catching Exceptions, and you just met Mark Servais, the Director of Software Research and Development at XCentium. Next time you see me, we're going to be getting to know somebody else. Till then, hang loose.